A really intriguing idea. What if chasing happiness is actually preventing us from finding it? I mean, we all want that deep sense of contentment, right? But could our constant pursuit be holding us back?
It's a real head-scratcher, isn't it? We're kind of wired to strive, to set those goals, but what if true happiness needs a different approach?
Right. One of the things we're looking at today uses this powerful analogy. It compares happiness to, like, a birth certificate tucked away in a drawer somewhere in your house. You don't have to earn it. It's already there.
I love that. It's not some far-off destination. It's about uncovering, appreciating that capacity for joy we already have within us.
Exactly. It reminds me of Viktor Frankl, the author of Man's Search for Meaning. Even in a concentration camp, he found a way to hold on to meaning, a sense of purpose.
His story's amazing, isn't it? Talk about tough circumstances. But he still had that power to choose his response, to find meaning. And that's a big part of what we're diving into. We always have a choice in how we respond to what life throws at us.
So maybe instead of, how can I be happy? It's, how can I tap into that happiness even when things are rough?
Exactly. It's a small shift, but so powerful.
Okay, so happiness isn't just about achievements. But what about those times we do achieve something? The promotion, the new car, the perfectly cooked steak.
Oh, those bring happiness, right?
Oh, for sure. But those moments, they're fleeting. Like fireworks, amazing while they last, but they fade. Always chasing those highs. You'll always end up wanting more.
Makes sense. You know, growing up, my family, we didn't have much. Really struggling. But there was this bakery and they had these pastries. Cheap, kind of stale. But man, when we could buy one, pure joy.
That says it all, doesn't it? Happiness isn't always about having the best or most expensive. It's about finding joy in those simple things right now, no matter what's going on around us.
It's funny now, life's good. But I caught myself getting dissatisfied over, like, a steak that wasn't cooked right. I'm like, wait, this $100 steak is stealing my joy when I used to be over the moon about a 10-cent pastry? We've all been there. And it shows something important, upgrading our experiences. Awesome. But it doesn't guarantee happiness. The real key, being happy now, whether you're on the bus or in a Ferrari.
Powerful image. It's not about the external stuff, but about what's going on inside.
Exactly. And that's where choosing your response comes in. We can't always control what happens to us, right? But we can control how we react.
So instead of getting frustrated over an overcooked steak, maybe I'll laugh it off, enjoy the company I'm with, see it as a chance to practice patience.
Yeah. Like Frankl in that camp, right? He couldn't control those horrific circumstances, but his response, his outlook, that was his.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
We really can decide if we're going to let a burnt steak or traffic or even something bigger wreck the whole day.
We do. And the more we work at choosing that better response, it's like anything else, it becomes more natural. Like you build that muscle.
I like that. Flexing those rib-ons muscles.
Yeah.
So how do we do it? Go from that automatic frustration to something better.
It's got to start with noticing, right? Catch those negative thoughts and ask yourself, is this thought even helpful? Is it true? What if I looked at this a different way?
It's true. We get stuck in our own heads, spiraling down before we even realize it.
Exactly. But the good news, we can stop that spiral. We can challenge those thoughts, replace them with something that helps us move forward.
Like that saying, can't stop the birds from flying overhead, but don't let them build a nest in your hair.
There you go. And the more we choose those better responses, the easier it gets. You rewire yourself for positivity, for resilience.
So it's not about pretending everything's perfect or never feeling negative. It's about having a choice in how those things affect us.
Yes. Acknowledge the challenge, let yourself feel it, then ask, okay, but what's a better way to respond?
Yeah, you know, this response thing, it's not just about happiness. It's about going after what we want in life, too.
Absolutely. Think about it. The road to any goal, it's rarely a straight shot. Setbacks, roadblocks, those moments of doubt, they're part of it.
They really are. And it's when those tough parts hit that choosing how we respond, that's everything.
Exactly. Giving up versus finding a way through, right? It's about seeing those challenges not as a stop sign, but as chances to grow, to learn something.
No, that's empowering. Those setbacks, they don't have to define us. They could be stepping stones instead. It's like Frankl said, everything can be taken from a man but one thing. The last of the human freedoms. To choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. To choose one's own way.
And that right there, that choice, that's the real power we have.
Yeah, but it's so easy to forget, right? We get caught up in everything and it feels like we're just reacting, you know?
I hear you. But the more we remember, bring that awareness in. We shift from reacting to responding. That's where the freedom is and the joy.
So as we wrap up, what are the big takeaways for our listeners today?
Well, first off, remember, happiness, it's not something you find out there. It's got to be cultivated. It's about connecting with that joy you already have inside.
How do we do that? How do we actually tap into it?
It's all about perspective. Stop chasing, start choosing. Moment by moment, no matter what's going on.
Enjoy the amazing steak, sure. But also find that joy in the simple pastry, even if it's a little stale.
Exactly. And when those challenges come, because they always do, remember, you get to choose how you respond.
Let them define you, or see them as chances to grow, learn those lessons, flex those response muscles, right?
Exactly.
We hope this deep dive gave you some new ways to think about finding happiness. And remember, it's not about chasing it down the road. It's about choosing it right here, right now, in the middle of it all.
Finding the incredible in the everyday. And never forgetting that power to choose your response. That's always there.
Great point to end on. If you could choose just one small way to respond better to a challenge today, what would it be? That's something for everyone to think about.